Alright, I'll show you the results of my research. Welcome back lore seekers, this is Fearsymmetry, and for today's lore video today, we actually will be talking about Centurion and the class path that he has to take to become who he is right now. Before we start the video for Centurion, the actual class I'll actually be covering next in this week is actually going to be Bluehen, and I actually will be requesting any gameplays regarding his class for the future lore videos. If you actually want to pitch in with your own gameplay videos, you can actually provide your own gameplay in my actual Discord channel, and that actually will be either in the description or the comments, and from there you actually will be admitted to my actual Discord server, and then you can actually provide your own gameplay into one of the text channels, and then I actually will ping you if whenever you want me to use that clip or not, and then I actually will be crediting you guys towards the beginning of the video before we actually start the lore video for Bluehen. So if you actually want to volunteer, just jump right into the Discord invitation link, and I'll hopefully see you there. And for now though, let's start on the video for Bluehen. In his quest to become a full-fledged protector of Hamel, Chung finds partial records of the way to improve on the protective stone in his possession. Gathering knowledge on alchemy and explosive from all over Elros, and gaining the help from a skilled alchemist named Echo, he proceeds on redesign his cannon, the Destroyer. Chung finds success in this mission. He is now able to deal barrage attacks that are intense rather than unpredictable in any combat range. Among other new skills, the intensified firepower and newfound abilities earn him the name of Shelling Guardian. From this lore tab for Shelling Guardian, this is actually the step when Chung actually learns on how to manipulate explosives with the help of Echo from Elder, and together they actually create this catalyst for his weaponry called the Disfrozen. And the canister containing this blue energy shows up prominently on all of the artworks, including the falling job advancements, and one of the skills called Modified Warhead actually indicates that all of Chung's cannonballs are actually using this frozen canister inside the shells themselves. And a little bonus that he added to his cannonballs, instead of a usual skull and bones on the cannonballs themselves, all the missiles actually feature Echo's personal logo, just to show that they actually collaborate with each other just to create this new weaponry. As for his Destroyer or his cannon, it's actually been completely redesigned just to fire these projectiles, which is almost made the same way as the grenade launcher. Advancing to his next class, Tactical Trooper, Chung made numerous improvements to his concept of Disfrozen, and actually made a new device called the Disfrozen Portal, allowing him to generate as much L energy he needs just to bombard his enemies. According to the lore tab for Tactical Trooper, the quest to further improve his weapon and abilities lead to Chung's to his father's workshop. He uncovers the latter's research on enhancing the Destroyer. It was drawn up before the Elder Defender of Hamel was possessed by the demons. Chung uses the document as a guide, but he needs help to make it work. Adel of Alteria offers to help build this frozen portal, an engine that can generate boundless amounts of L energy for the Destroyer. The engine is complete in time with the help of Echo and Lento. This development promises to take Chung's skills and strategic abilities to new heights. Now to Tactical Trooper, he has come even closer to saving Hamel. So obviously from this lore tab, Chung actually discovered his father's research in ways to improve the Destroyer. However, it was actually incomplete due to the fact that his father was corrupted by demons and couldn't able to finish it. And this actually was the time when he actually enlisted with the help with a variety of people that he met, such as Adel of Ateria, Echo from Elder, and Lento from Theta. The Disfrozen Portal is based on the combination of the research his father left, the Pongo's expertise in machinery, and expertise in creating large explosions. All of them contribute to Chung's research in order to create this frozen portal that allows Chung to infinitely shoot energy from his cannons without boundless limit. This frozen portal is actually behind Chung's back whenever he actually in Berserk mode, and with the skill called the Awakened Will Tactical Trooper, he actually is granted the opportunity to infinitely shoot sea shielding all of you want due to this frozen portal that he was granted with. Finally, we arrive to his last job advancement, in this case it's going to be Centurion, and with his dedicated research of improving his Destroyer even further, he actually finds a way to use his Disfrozen Portal much more efficiently and effectively without being bounded by physical limitation. According to the lore tab for Centurion, after constant research, Chung overcomes the physical limitation that existed previously. He can form many portals effortlessly, enabling him to bombard his enemies relentlessly. Once he arrived at Eldernoid, Chung realized realized that there was a limit to artillery support in the Disfrozen portal. The amount of time it takes to utilize the Disfrozen portal made it inefficient to use when there was many variables in the battlefield that could change at any given moment. Perhaps there's a way to use the Disfrozen portal more effectively. Chung was at impasse, unable to find a solution to his problem until he comes across a NASA installment that opens a portal using Henry energy in the Brain Laboratory. Although it was somewhat of a crude design, it was a technical masterpiece, using Henry's power, Chaos itself, to operate. Excited to find the possible solution, Chung starts experimenting on the new portal until he finally succeeds on creating a new form of destroyer by fusing with the Disfrozen portal. His daring research and his artillery strikes that sweeps the battlefield grants him the name Centurion. As shown in the lore tab, despite the fact that he is able to make portals and able to bombard his enemies with a lot of firepower, however, there's actually a problem to this due to the fact that on how many things could happen in the battlefield, his current method of summoning portals is actually not fast enough to keep up the pace with the battle. This problem continues to linger him throughout the battlefield until he actually met the boss in the Brain Laboratory. The boss from the Brain Laboratory actually has the solution to what Chung needs all this time, the actual technology that allows him to open up the Henry portal and generate as many portals as he wants to and much more quickly than he did before. And this is obviously shown in his cannon that you can see in his artwork, but looking closely, the actual core of the cannon actually does share the same design as the core design that the boss has himself. And by taking that concept and try to build a way to replicate that energy that the boss actually did into his cannon, this actually allows him to have much more fluid playstyle and enable him to summon the portal much more faster, as reflected by one of his mod skills for bombing artillery, which was pretty slow before. However, with this mod attachment, in this case going to be the Centurion mod, this actually allows him to summon the portal right behind him and fire the artillery right behind his back at a much more faster activation. And obviously this is reflected throughout his entire mod skills, which involves him to use a much more faster activation rate of all his skills. Ironically, Chung is able to utilize Henry energy, which actually corrupts the user such as the monsters and Hellsure the class himself. Chung is aware of the risk that he has to use with this Henry energy, as it is possible to corrupt him also. He takes all the precautions that he needed to do in order to modify his destroyer to use his Henry energy without the fact that it might actually corrupt him whenever it malfunctions. And with this new Henry energy on his cannon, he's actually able to shoot anything he wants to at a much more timely manner without the limitations that he actually had before. And that actually wraps up the lore video for Centurion. I hope you guys enjoyed this lore video for Centurion for you guys. And as I said before in the very beginning of the video, I will be working on the Blue Hen lore video. And if you actually want to contribute your gameplay, as I said before, there will be a link to my Discord server in the description or in the comments, whichever you prefer. And there actually will be instructions on how to actually fully access to my server. And that wraps up the video today. This is FreeSimG, and I hope to see you in the next video.